yàrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù olórúkọ gan. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn torí pé kóra kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń pẹ̀lá wúrà tó máa dán alákọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì wáyọ̀ náà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀kan ká lè débi rè ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ àtàpẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ tètè wodò sọ̀yà ìsọ̀yà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ètò tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òkòkò sọ́rọ̀ ìgbàgede Ìgbòho súnmọ́ láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sọ́yà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọkọ̀ àfiṣẹ̀rù wálé ìpàdàmùjì àwọn onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọ̀ oníbomi tó sì mú wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà lójú kòkòrò ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sì mú wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọkọ̀ ṣẹ́ ọkọ̀ tẹ̀ ọkọ̀ tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlè láéláé torí àbá lásán ní bàńdà òkúta òṣègbè fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ gbogbo sì kúkó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ tí tó domi láéláé tó mi lè domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní ti ilé tó kọ́ ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilẹ̀ àpò ẹ̀bá nǹkan wọn Adéyẹmọ ṣí Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jẹ́mọ̀ láyà bí ara orúkọ tó ń dẹrù olórúkọ gan. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn torí pé kóra kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń pẹ̀lá wúrà tó máa dán alákọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì wáyọ̀ náà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀kan ká lè débi rè ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ àtàpẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ tètè wodò sọ̀yà ìsọ̀yà òrẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábàdàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ètò tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òkòkò sọ́rọ̀ ìgbàgede Ìgbòho súnmọ́ láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ sọ́yà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọkọ̀ àfiṣẹ̀rù wálé ìpàdàmùjì àwọn onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọ̀ oníbomi tó sì mú wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà lójú kòkòrò ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sì mú wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀ṣẹ́ ọkọ̀ tẹ̀ ọkọ̀ tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlè láéláé torí àbá lásán ní bàńdà òkúta òṣègbè fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ gbogbo sì kúkó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ tí tó domi láéláé tó mi lè domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní ti ilé tó kọ́.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves. We are not Nigerian. Okay, where is Nigeria? As in, where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that have been forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say, pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself because the people who want to be that like
we lost that audio. Let's come back here one more time.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilẹ̀ tó kọ́ ẹ̀rí àpọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan wọn Adéyẹmọ ṣí Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá.
Want to be that Nigeria and not Santa to agree if they want to be Nigeria.
ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ìjọba nípa tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòmìtọ́ra ọmọdé wa dìde ọ̀sìn ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wa ṣe ń wọnú ètò ẹ bá mi gbé ọwọ́ lé share button. There's quite a lot to cover as usual tonight, and I'll just say good evening and I'll be going straight into the program because I need time to waste, especially fún àwọn ènìyàn tí wọ́n ní data nílé. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Let's kick start from here one more time. Ìgbòho ṣà, owó bàbá Daniel. Moki Gugu, I say very good evening and welcome straight to our late night conversation. Quite a lot of development coming up from Nigeria. Today is the 10th of February 2025. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Please share the program and invite others to do so. 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters are currently undergoing Deradicalisation according to the Nigerian Defense Headquarters. 800 ex-Boko Haram. These are terrorists that have killed many Nigerians and they continue to do so. But the Nigerian Defense Headquarters is assuring us that this new group of terrorists are undergoing deradicalization, and that means for the layman, they are going through a reform and they can read back into the society. I don't know how and what you think about that, but you can help us in the comment section. 800. Hold on to that. For those of us that have been complaining that Nigeria is going down and is going down at a very fast pace, I can also now confirm from the news coming out from Nigeria also that in the last 12 months of this government, in the last 12 months of this present administration, foreign investors have pulled out 450 billion naira from the stock market. That is also some development for those of you that are praying and hoping that something is going to transform and Nigeria will be a better place. 450 billion naira have been withdrawn by investors. The first part is that I don't know 800 in Yoruba, but 800 àwọn tí wọ́n pààyàn tó jẹ́ Boko Haram. The Nigerian military sọ fún wa pé ká má worry pé wọ́n ti ń de-radicalize wọn, so wọ́n lè gbé láàrin ẹ̀ níbi tó bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí. Kódà wọ́n ní right láti gbalé, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní right láti ní business ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nítorí pé wọ́n ti di ọmọlúàbí, wọ́n ń ṣe terrorist mọ́. Gbogbo àwọn tó pa wọ́n ní ká má bínú, gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n fi màálù jọ kó wọn wọ́n ní kẹ́ fi ọwọ́ wénú, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ti ṣáládàá tí wọ́n ti gé ọwọ́ yín wọ́n ní kẹ́ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àmúwá Ọlọ́run ni. 800 ìyẹn lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Then tẹ́lẹ̀kejì wọ́n ń pè àwọn kan ní foreign investors, àwọn tí wọ́n gbé owó wá láti ta tó injected sínú Nigeria láti máa fi ṣòkòwò. Wọ́n ń ta bọ́ǹfìtà ni, wọ́n ń ta Milo ni, wọ́n ń ta this, wọ́n ń ta that, with the hope pé àwọn á máa rí èrè nígbà táwọn náà bá ń tajà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wà níbi tó máa ń pè ní inú stock market. Wọ́n wá ní láti bí ọdún kan nísìn, àwọn tí à ń sọ yìí wọ́n ń gba owó wọn padà kúrò nínú stock market. Wọ́n ti gba tó 450 billion naira. Ó di méjì. Ìkẹta ni arákùnrin kan tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa tí a bá dárúkọ ẹ̀ nísìn a máa mọ̀ dáa látara in tó ṣe ní Nàìjíríà, látara iṣẹ́ tí ó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Kódà ní ìgbà kan ṣe ni à ń gbé sáńdákà fún pé ó ń ṣe dáadáa ní ibi tí wọ́n fi sí, ìyẹn ní iṣẹ́ tí ó ń ṣe. Àmọ́ ó wá ń jẹ́ kó yé wa pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ fọwọ́ dénú, ẹ fọwọ́ dénú, nítorí pé àwọn ṣàríà tó fi gbé wá ó ti di dandan pé kó gbé wọlé Yorùbá. Pé bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ̀ wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ṣàríà wọlé sílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó ní nítorí pé àìmágbé ṣàríà yìí wá ó máa léwu, nítorí pé ṣàríà tó bá gbédè yìí ó máa fún wa ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Kódà a ní láti máa bẹ̀rù ju pé àjọṣepọ̀ wa àti àwọn tó ń gbé ṣàríà bọ̀ a máa lọ bó ṣe jẹ́ kó lọ. ta ló sọ, níbo ló ti sọ, àti pé kí ló fà á tó fi sọ, ó wà lára tí a máa fi gbé yẹ̀wò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá bá wa kún ètò, a jẹ́ kó rí wa wú. Mo kí gbogbo wa lè máa dárúkọ lálẹ́, mo kí bàbá wa Alànà Professor Akíntóyè, mo rẹ̀ kí bàbá wa Olóyè Ìgbòho àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́tùn lósì. Arákùnrin tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, tí a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa JAMB, a máa mú orúkọ ẹ̀ jáde látara pé òun gangan ni ó jẹ́ ẹni tó ń darí ìyẹn JAMB registry ìyẹn nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà. Arákùnrin náà máa jẹ́ Professor Isaac Olóyèdé. Ó ní ká sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé Sharia panel is good for religious harmony in Southwest nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ibi Mọ̀ntẹ́rí sí, àti pé ṣé tòótọ́ ni pé tí Sharia bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ó máa create religious harmony in the Southwest. Ta ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Professor Isaac Olóyèdé, the Registry of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, ló sọ. A máa gbé yẹ̀wò. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Nǹkan mẹ́ta náà ni àwọn nǹkan tí a fi gbé yẹ̀wò ní alẹ́ yìí, kí Ọlọ́run kó jẹ́ kí a lè sọ dáadáa, kó dẹ̀ lè yí àwọn èèyàn wa látara tí iléeṣẹ́ yìí gbà pé ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan tó kù náà ni pé ká sọ fún bàbá wa President Bola Tinubu pé kó divide Nigeria. Ìyẹn ni slogan tó wà níta nísìn. President Bola Tinubu, please divide Nigeria now. Àwọn nǹkan mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ta fẹ́ gbé yẹ̀wò yìí, tí a bá gbé yẹ̀wò dáadáa, a rí pé àwọn nǹkan tí ó ṣe kìmí látara ariwo pé kí ìran Yorùbá kó dá dúró, kí àlàáfíà lè jọba, torí pé nǹkan mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta yìí tí a dárúkọ Sharia, tí Professor Isaac Olóyèdé ní ó dá pé kó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, pé kò sí nǹkan tí ó jẹ́ ká máa bẹ̀rù fún látara pé Sharia ètò dání. A tún kà á nínú ìwé ìròyìn pé 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters, kódà wọ́n tọ́jú wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, wọ́n deradicalize wọn tí a lè jọ gbé papọ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, ìjọba Nàìjíríà ní ká fọwọ́ wọ́ inú, ká má bínú sí wọn pé wọ́n ti di èèyàn dáadáa. Èmi ò mọ̀ tí ẹ rí sọ sí yẹn, àmọ́ n tẹ́ bá rí sọ sí, ẹ lè bá wa fi sínú comment section. Ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ń dá oko, a rí pé ìgbìyànjú wọn kò jáde. Ó wà lára ń ta fi ṣètò ní ìjọ Sunday lánàá, tí a fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa starvation. Starvation, kí ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀? Ibi tẹ́bí bá ti dé, òun ló ń pè ní starvation. Sharia panel is good for religious harmony in Southwest, JAMB registrar, ìyẹn Professor Isaac Olóyèdé, àwọn ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ni wọ́n di iléeṣẹ́ JAMB mú. Gbogbo ń ta fẹ́ bára wa sọ lálẹ́ yìí, ó jẹ́ àwọn kan tí ó jẹ́ ìbànújẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá tí à ń sọ fún wọn pé àjẹ́ndà kan wà, àjẹ́ndà yẹn ni pé kíran Yorùbá ń kọ́, wọ́n fi gba ilẹ̀, oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ló máa lò. Election bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń bọ̀, mo lè sọ fún yín lénìí pé Àtíkù àtọbásanjọ́ wọ́n ríra lénìí. Lóòótọ́ ẹ lè ní kò mátà, àmọ́ bólóṣèlú ti ṣe ń gbáradì, àwọn ohun lọ́wọ́ dẹ̀ máa pariwo náà fún àwọn èèyàn wa náà ni pé Àtíkù ló lè ṣe, Tinubu ló lè ṣe, Peter Obi ló lè ṣe, Kwankwaso ló lè ṣe, Fáyẹmí ló lè ṣe. Iṣẹ́ táwọn olóṣèlú mọ̀ ṣe jù láyé yìí nìyẹn. Wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń lu aago pé káwọn èèyàn jáde. Eléyà dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ in tí a fi ń sọ fáwọn tiwa náà pé káwa náà máa mobilize sílẹ̀ láti lè kéde pé kí wọ́n divide Nàìjíríà látara pé Nàìjíríà ńkọ́ kò ṣiṣẹ́. Gbogbo eléyìí náà ni a fẹ́ fi bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní àṣálẹ́. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Bí ṣe ń kí ọmọdé ni mò ń kí àgbàlagbà, ni mò ń kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa ká lọ nínú pé kíran Yorùbá kí a tú ká bọ́ nínú ìdààmú àti fìtínà tí a wà nínú ẹ̀ láti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iye ọdún tí a ti wà nínú Nàìjíríà. Orúkọ mi náà ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Koikimedia. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀, tí gbogbo wa bá rántí, àwọn ìyá wa kan jáde ní a ti máa pé ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì nísìn tí wọ́n jáde, tí ẹ bá ń tẹ̀lé wa dáadáa, èyí tí ẹ bá ń follow platform wa àtàwọn platform tó kù, wọ́n kígbe síta pé Fúlàní ṣe ni wọ́n ń ba oko àwọn jẹ́, wọ́n ò jẹ́ káwọn ráyè ṣe oko púpọ̀. Ìkan náà àwọn ìyá yẹn kódà wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ọmọ àwọn kan tó lóyún inú igbó ló ti bímọ. I'm sure many of you remember the video now. Àwò tá bá lè kó fídíò yẹn jáde nínú archive wa kákọ̀ gbọ́. Láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ kan nísìn, rìpọ́ọ̀tì ń wá sọ́dọ̀ wa pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti gbéra lọ sí ìlú yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ jábọ̀ fún mi lójoojúmọ́. Wọ́n ní àdúgbò yé wa ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Wọ́n ń jábọ̀ fún mi látara ẹni tí wọ́n bá lọ sọ́hùn nígbà tó dọ̀hùn. Kódà asat alẹ́ report tó dọ́dọ̀ mi ni pé wọ́n ò bá kábíyèsí nílé nígbà tí wọ́n lọ, wọ́n ò bá kábíyèsí nílé, bọ̀wọ́ bá àwọn ìjòyè, àmọ́ kábíyèsí ńkọ́, wọ́n ní káwọn ìjòyè kó má bá àwọn tó lọ sọ̀rọ̀. Ìdí èmi ò lè sọ, bọ̀ èyí tí mo gbọ́ lálẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí report tó lórí desk mi ni pé àwọn tó jẹ́ baálẹ̀ wọ́n ti yarí mọ́ kábíyèsí lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa fún mi ní full update tó bá máa fi di ọ̀la. Nígbà táwọn ìyá yẹn ṣe fídíò yẹn tí wọ́n ń bọ̀, tí ó fi di pé wọ́n gba ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu wọn, àárí àríṣà in tí wọ́n bàjẹ́, ìyẹn àwọn Fúlàní. Àmọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n lọ, tí wọ́n fún mi lábọ̀ padà, wọ́n fún mi ní video evidence. Gbogbo wa ni dẹ̀ máa ń sọ fẹ́yìn tí ẹ máa ń record, tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá máa fi date àti time àti location, ó difficult fún compilation táwọn kan ṣe torí àwọn kan báyìí náà ni a máa present fún international community láti jẹ́ kó mọ ìdí pàtàkì àti kókó tí a ṣe ń pariwo pé a fẹ́ dá dúró a fẹ́ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. So gbogbo ìgbà kí ìgbà tẹ́ bá ń record tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa record níbikíbi tẹ́ bá wà, no matter whatever event àbí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ṣe pàtàkì pé kẹ́ máa date torí pé kí a má bàa máa mix ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn, because in táwọn international community tí wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa ni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn fídíò míì tẹ́ ń gbé jáde kò ń ṣe new video, wọ́n máa ń recycle fídíò tẹ́ bá lè record. Àwọn kankan wà tá lè analyze àníṣàn yẹn lórí social media, a lè analyze fídíò yẹn, technology ti wà tó lè analyze it up to the last bit of the video láti lè jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé organic àti authentic ni, kò ń ṣe tí AI create àbí kò ń ṣe tí akọ̀lọ̀ formulate. Ìyẹn la ṣe máa ní kẹ́ fi date and time àti location sí. So mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gba àwòrán àwọn videos tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn, ó fún wa ní a broader picture of the damage and the atrocities tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú yẹn. Ẹ má bínú pé mo mọ location yẹn precisely, but iye wa ṣáà ni ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Ogun State. Gbàgbọ́ tẹ́ bá lọ wo fídíò tá post lálẹ́ sáwọn platforms wa, ẹ rí the atrocities and the damage. Nígbà tí mo jáde níjọ́ Sunday, àkọlé program yẹn was starvation. Now láti 12 years ni àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti ń struggle seriously láti lè make owó látara pé wọ́n ń dá oko. Buhari, no, 10 years, because 8 years ni Buhari lò, Tinubu ti ń lọ ọdún méjì lọ báyìí. So in the last 10 years, no Yoruba citizen have made any income out of any farm. Kódà bí ṣe ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ program báyìí nísìn, mo rí pé gómìnà wa ti Ogun State, and I'm just picking this up while I was looking for the JAMB registry, ìyẹn registrar Professor Isaac Olóyèdé. Mo rí pé Governor Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ranching. I'll see if I can pick that article. But the amount of atrocities that have been committed by these same people to government in me, what is in your dada? Because we know that Boko Haram is not just Boko Haram. They are Boko Haram attacking the farms, killing farmers. But governor, president said sọ fún wa pé wọ́n ti deradicalize wọn, so that means they are good people now and we don't have to be worried. Kódà wọ́n ní attack wa mọ́, kódà wọ́n tẹ̀ ní bà nǹkan jẹ́ mọ́. And for some of us, it's kind of a bit frustrating that the farmers are struggling to get to the farm, and yet the government continue to tell us that everything is fine. These set of Boko Harams, they have changed what is in your dada, and we should not be worried or concerned because they are going to live with us in all our communities. And whether you like it or not, you would have to accept that, because since the government is there, come up with what is deradicalize one, that indicator says that they can live with us. We're going to come to that, which we focus lórí àwọn tí wọ́n lọ sí report tó padà sórí desk mi nípa àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Yewa yẹn. I'm still also trying to put the video, if I can find it, like I said, on our archive. Kákọ̀ gbọ́ báwọn ìyá yẹn ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ kí n tó wá tẹ́ bá lọ sórí page mi ẹ rí pé mo ti post the new videos. We are not talking about a very small farm. Ìgbà tí wọ́n fún mi ní report, wọ́n ní there's about 3,000 cows ló wà ní location yẹn. And nígbà tí wọ́n fún mi ní report yẹn, and looking at the video now, though mo ṣe study it, you can now tell that tó bá dá màálù 3,000 síbì kan, kò sí bíbẹ̀ yẹn ṣe lè tóbi tó wọ́n máa jẹ́gbẹ́ within 1 hour. And that is exactly what happened to about almost 20 hectares of land. I don't know how big that is in the football size of a stadium. Bóyá tabalẹ̀ tó mọ̀ nípa bí nǹkan ṣe bí bó ṣe tóbi tó. But what we know is that 3,000 cows being moved into people's farm and being eaten up. The question is, who pays for the damage? Who do we hold responsible? And the fear is always that not only that they have the support of the Nigerian police and also some security agency. Tebalo report, and I'm not making this up. I have intervened last year on a particular location at Sosita because that case is still ongoing on. I have to intervene. We talk to the DSS and trying to find out kilo sheleti, Fulani wonu okoton joko, rekokonshisi and all that, and watching investigation. But Bishembai Soro, any to nyokoti, yitimo we're talking about almost 5 million naira of what of produce have been destroyed. And as I speak to you right now, Koda what he offer 20,000 naira. How do you expect that farmer to niyawo to lomo to survive? Cases were ongoing. So all these multiple cases are all in all our different police stations across Yoruba land, but nothing is being done to it. Tọ́ba sọ fún pé wọ́n ń ṣe anything lé lórí ẹ sọ pé irọ́ ni. Tẹ́ bá tún wá pa màálù kan nínú àwọn màálù yẹn, because I know that some of you say that pé kọ́ pa àwọn màálù yẹn na Koiki. We always try to encourage our people not to do so, because these terrorists will come back and retaliate, and when they come back, they will kill and wipe up the whole community. That was what happened in Ebonyi 2 weeks ago Saturday, stroke Sunday morning. One hour ESN, according to our community, and one hour call our pa Malu, 1 hour ESN ló pa Malu. But I want to retaliate, I want terrorists to want deradicalize this. When they came out on Sunday early morning, they wiped off the whole community. The video is available. I'm sure some of you have seen it. We might not be able to show it, but our pages were the WhatsApp group or Telegram or below status. Multiple numbers of people. Koda, as at today, it is so ye only 16. And Nigeria is a country where people get killed. We don't have a name. We don't have the exact number. I don't know whether that is part of the protection that the government is telling the police, especially our terrorists. It must so exact number. It might release it might release too much information. So information is always shielded. Tó bá ń ṣe pé àwọn tí wọ́n dìde láti lọ sí community tá ń sọ yìí náà nísìn, àwọn ìyá tó ṣe fídíò, àwọn fún wa ní picture wise and the video of the atrocity. Àwọn kan ṣe ìwọ́de pé àgbà nǹkan kan, but àwọn tó lọ, àwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí examine, the atrocity. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo àwọn video, you will cry for, the damage that was done on these farms. I'm talking about 20 hectares of land. You will cry. Because most of these farms, as at today, are not mechanized. And I'm sure you know the meaning of mechanized. In terms of tractor, or to nipe coffee tractor koibi. Kọ́dẹ̀ tó fi tractor kan fi gbìn kan. Ìyẹn làwọn ń lò ní Europe tó ń lò ní advanced country. One fi tractor and èèyàn méjì péré ló kàn máa operate tractor. Wọ́n ti mọ bó ṣe máa ṣe. Because I go to a lot of rural areas and I see how the farmers are operating. But ní ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, imagine how many hours these individuals have to spend láti fi kọ ebè yẹn manually kó tó di pé wọ́n tẹ̀ máa plant. Àwọn kìíní yẹn ti wá kódà mo ń bá chief sọ̀rọ̀ ní Germany níjẹta. Àwọn ló jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé àgbàdo fún màálù ó dàbí ìgbà tó ń mu ìrèké ni, bí ìgbà tí wọ́n mu sugar cane. So tẹ́pá tó bá da màálù sínú farm kan, wọ́n máa jẹ́ gbẹ ni because àgbàdo yẹn ó dàbí ìgbà táwọn ń mu sweet sugar cane lórí. And if we are talking about 3,000 cows, the question tá kọ́kọ́ máa bèrè ni pé, because evidence is already pointing as well. I'm not talking about this particular community now, but our community contact to investigate. We know that what normally happens is be 3,000 cows ṣe wà níbẹ̀, about 2,000 of it àwọn baálé àtàwọn ọba lónìí, àtàwọn tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn ńláńlá láwọn community yẹn. Àwọn ló ń kó àwọn màálù yẹn fún àwọn Fúlàní tó ń bá wọn. Fúlàní fúnra rẹ̀ wọ́n ní màálù jò bí ó pọ̀ jù bí 20. Àwọn èèyàn tí wá gbọ́ngbọ́n ló ní àwọn màálù yẹn. And I'm talking from case tí a ṣe ń fà, because case tá à ń fà ní last year yẹn àti pin down ẹni tó ní màálù yẹn, àti pin down many other issues surrounding it. I can't talk about it on social media. And these are powerful people within the Yoruba land, Lemi, that they are ready to take you out. And I'm sure you know what I mean by that. They don't joke with this kind of business, because business in Malu in the Southwest is one of the biggest investments. Because what is your statistics? I don't have that statistics with me. Eye màálù tó pa nínú Southwest, ká tẹ̀ sọ pé ní Lagos State ní every Saturday kò ṣe kékeré. And the reason why they need more màálù is because we continue to consume and they continue to bring more. So rather than have these cows in the north, wọ́n ti kó wá sí tòsí sílẹ̀ Yorùbá currently tí wọ́n wá ń nọ́ọ̀sì wọn látara oògùn ẹlòmíì. Àwọn tó ní màálù nísìn, àwọn ọ̀gbà bothered láti wá solution bí màálù wọn ṣe máa jẹun, tó ṣe máa mú. And I remember we went to Turkey and I was privileged láti ní access sí arákùnrin kan tó ní cattle business. Mo rán mi kan lọ síbẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí page wa, ẹ lọ wo àwọn videos yẹn. And we still put out what invite wa pé kí n tún wá again, because wọ́n fẹ́ ká wá ṣe documentary níbẹ̀, but because I've still been very busy. Tẹ́ bá ibẹ̀ ni mo ti mọ̀ pé consumption tí màálù kọ̀ọ̀kan need kò ń ṣe kékeré rárá. In terms of their water, in terms of their food, wọ́n ní láti máa consume large amount of grass. That is the reason why tí tó bá wà nínú 20 hectares of land kò tó wọ́n jẹ, wọ́n máa parẹ́ within 2 hours. Wọ́n máa pa gbogbo ẹ̀yẹn rẹ́. Kódà ẹ wá máa wonder gan pé ṣé wọ́n gbìn kan síbí báyìí, àfi tẹ́ bá kàn rí traces pé lóòótọ́ wọ́n gbìn kan síbẹ̀, because wọ́n ti jẹ tán. These are the problems that we are facing, that ẹ̀yin kan sọ fún wa pé wàhálà yín ti pọ̀ jù jẹ́ ká ṣe máa manage wọn, there is no problem, these are Fulanis, they are our brothers, they are our kódà Fulani kan tún bi wá pé kí làwọn ṣe fún wa. I'm sure you have seen the video. Ó ń bi wá pé why do we hate them so much? So all this is happening, and yet it's sad that àwọn tó lé fún tó lé kan náà tó yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀, they are not talking. Àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́yàn gbòógì nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀, but tá bá call attention wọn tá dẹ̀ bú wọn, àwọn náà ọmọ yẹn àwọn ọmọ aláta ni wọ́n, àwọn ọmọ tó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rárá, ta ni bàbá wọn, ta ni màmá wọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ jágbajàgba bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé àágùn èèyàn kan ni èèyàn kan ń jẹ yẹn tí wọ́n ṣe wàhálà lé ní. Ọ̀tọ̀ lẹni tó ṣe farm, ọ̀tọ̀ lẹni tó kó màálù síbẹ̀, and they finish these cows and nobody says anything. And this has been going on for 10 years. That means if we go back and look at the statistics of how many Yoruba people have dropped out as farmers, the number is quite high. Most of them have borrowed money and they've lost their money with their collateral because they couldn't refund the money back to the bank, or high interest. And this has made farming a very difficult one for our people back home right now. Our people are struggling. One struggle gidi gan ni. Ẹni tó bá ń rí tiẹ̀ ṣe, á jẹ́ pé ibẹ̀ yẹn nǹkan kan, mo mọ̀ kẹ́ máa ní ẹ̀kọ́ wọn lẹ̀ kọ́ ṣe kinní kan, màálù tó bá kú ládùúgbò yẹn, àdúgbò yẹn ti wọ problem, because àwọn tún náà wọn tó máa contact tó máa wá ṣe jàǹbá yẹn, ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn tó ń move màálù, ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn, so àwọn náà ní different pattern of, kódà asat ìní èèyàn kan sì fún mi ní information pé okay, I think it was Baba Ekiti bí ẹgbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀, ó náà kí Baba Ekiti ló ń jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé bàbá ọlọ́dẹ kan wà nínú igbó, àwọn máa ń pẹran lóru. These Fulanis have now also have underground within our territory. Wọ́n ti gbé àwọn ilẹ̀ gidi bígbà tá a bá níyàn gbé tunnel. So some of us are saying that all these things are not real. All these things you are making it up. But evidence are there that these are not something that we are making up. These are facts that every day lamppost picture àwọn tí wọ́n wọlé, especially ní Ìbàdàn. Sometimes people say, but Hausa ni wọ́n ní right láti wọlé, ẹ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ now, wàhálà yín ti pọ̀ jù, why are you taking their pictures? Almost every weekend lànà àwọn tíìmù wa bọ́ bá ṣe ń dé, kódà mo tẹ̀rọ pé nìkan ni mo máa ń rí wọn until tí mo rí fídíò bàbá wa Ṣokotí, kódà àwọn tẹ̀ drive tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn ni. Tẹ́ bá lọ wo page mi dáadáa, ẹ rí pé we keep posting pictures of these groups of young terrorist men, because these are terrorists, they are sleeper cells. Tọ́mà hangs ara móòlù ẹ̀wọ̀n, and we are not talking about hundreds, we are talking about thousands of them. If care is not taken, they would overrun us. If not, talk about it, overrun wa. So I just want us to remember that taba dákẹ́ tá sọ kankan tí à ń fi sentiment say, all these will still come back on us. So before we go further, let me also update us quickly again on the burial that is coming up on the 24th, 27th, and 28th. Is a very high profile burial, and tabanikon high profile. We are just privileged torí pé Baba Kitoye ni ó ṣẹ̀sí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé olówó mi ni ìyàwó wọn kú yìí, wọ́n lè restrict anybody pé kó má wá síbẹ̀, and you won't tẹ̀lé lè débẹ̀, So going to this burial is not going to cause trouble. And I'm sure we all understand that. We are not going there to cause trouble. We are going there to respect and give the last respect to this great woman, a grandmother, a mother, a great-grandmother that not just stood firm with Baba Akintoye. Her last word before she died on the 25th was that no matter what happened to her, Baba Akintoye must complete the job and take Yoruba people out of the suffering of Nigeria. That was her last message to Baba before she died. So, and I don't think we want to go and become nuisance on the day of the burial. Tó bá mọ̀ pé bí a ti gbé nǹkan jẹ sára ara ọ̀dẹ̀ nílé retain ẹ̀, ó bẹ́tà kó wà nínú ilé ẹ̀. Má lọ síbẹ̀ torí pé the Ekiti State Governor is aware of this burial, and I don't know much about what they are preparing. Baba is from Ekiti State, and Baba is still not just only an asset to Yoruba people, is an asset within Nigeria. And that means that people that do not even agree with him might want to pay their last respect to the wife. But Baba wà ní outside Nigeria for a long time. Baba talked to most of them. Baba have, Baba still believe that Ento support Wanisi. And no more reason to support. But Baba has put his stand. But it's either Yoruba nation or nothing else. But ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí nísìn will give opportunity for those that might want to engage and come. Kò wá ń ṣe pé kò wá rí ẹni tí ó wà lọ́ndà bí APC kẹwàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ a ti mọ̀ pé bàbá APC ló ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ olórí burúkú àwọn máa lè wọ ọ̀bẹ ní ó lè pa bàbá tí àti ya tiẹ̀ tó ọ̀bá ẹ̀ tí kú ó ní right láti pa wọ́n. And I'm not joking, because you will get arrested. Kò dẹ̀ sí pé ó fẹ́ pe CSI ẹ bá wa pe Chief Sunday Igboho, you will get arrested. Because wọ́n ọ̀bẹ ṣẹ́ pé ẹni tó ń bọ̀ yẹn kó lọ máa point finger kó lọ máa bú wọn. Rally kọ́ la fi lọ ṣe fáwọn tó ń lọ. So it is very, very important that we understand that this is a barrier, and it is a barrier for Yoruba people, but it is also a barrier for the family, and we must respect that. We have to. No matter how upset we are with Nigeria right now, this event is not going to happen in Benin Republic, because Baba gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ìyàwó wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ sí ìyàwó wọn Èkìtì dẹ̀ ló ti máa ṣe. Because ọmọ Èkìtì ni wọ́n. So kò wá ń ṣe pé òun bọ̀ láti ta ó wá rò pé òrùka kan tó ti ṣe ibẹ̀ ló ti fẹ́ lọ fi tẹ́sì kankan pẹ̀lú ọlọ́pàá. You will be arrested. You will be arrested. Ẹ ń gbọ́ mi nísìn. You will be arrested. Ọmọdé nìyẹn ni àgbàlagbà nìyẹn ni. You will be arrested. So it is important that we pass this message, especially fẹ́ni tí bóyá nǹkan tó gbé ṣìgìdì tó gbé sára tó fẹ́ lò fún rally yẹn dá, but má wàá lò fún burial, because it's a private event and we must respect that. Ó ṣe dandan ni pé kó wá. It's not a must that you have to come. It's not a must. Gbọ́dọ̀ wá. You can sit in your home and watch it on Koikimedia and other media that are going to be streaming it. But don't come there and destabilize or become a nuisance for yourself. Go on here, I want to Yoruba nation ọmọ arrested o. Lọ sí Èkìtì láti lọ da Èkìtì rú o. Má dé Èkìtì kó wá wò pé ibo ló ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà. Ọlọ́pàá máa mú ẹ, wọ́n máa arrested o. So it's important that I continue to stress on this particular issue, because èní ní 10 gbogbo ọjọ́ tó kù nísìn is just under 17 days or thereabout, and we will continue to remind us because we are forgetful people. I will continue to remind you about it. Èmi náà ti àwọn team tèmi náà a ti ṣètò bá ṣe máa ra Ankara. Ẹ má pè mí fún Ankara, wọ́n ti ní nọ́mbà tó máa pè. I'm not handling Ankara for anybody. Àwọn team tèmi náà a ti ń ṣètò bá ṣe máa get Ankara wọn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ travel, ẹ plan ahead, especially it is outskirts of Lagos. Àwọn tó ń gbé ní axis yẹn wà okay, but àwọn tá máa travel láti Lagos, Ọ̀yọ́ ní Kogi, Kwara, plan all that and make sure that we are not nuisance in the state. Ẹ má ẹ kí wọ́n pin wa mọ́lẹ̀ pé àwọn tí mọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nation ọmọ wa dàbí bàírú ni. Ẹ má ẹ kọ́ fi any reason to hold us. A máa jáde fún rally. Ìyẹn kò sẹ́ni tó lè stop ìyẹn, but ilé tá à ń lọ fún ìbẹ́ríà ni kí ẹ mọ̀ pé bẹ́ríà ó yàtọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ṣáà rí spelling ẹ̀ bẹ́ríà ó yàtọ̀ sí rally kọ́ là ń lọ fún o. Má dé Èkìtì kó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ ta ló bẹ̀ ṣẹ́? Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó bẹ̀ ṣẹ́ yẹn. Ògbówó ọ̀bẹ̀ wá ń ṣẹ́ yẹn, Bàbá Akíntóyè ọ̀bẹ̀ wá ń ṣẹ́ yẹn, and we must also respect this dead mother. And like I said, tó bá fi kò fi dá wàhálà lẹ̀, o lè pa family tiẹ̀, kò lè kọ́ àwọn hoodlums kẹ́ dá wàhálà lẹ̀ síbẹ̀, problem ti yín nìyẹn. So bí yẹn ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn. Now, because I don't want this program to be more than 2 hours and we've already spent an hour already, let's now start going into the topic of the day. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ sí Channels website. I believe everybody knows Channels television. At least ìtàbákà níbẹ̀. Àṣà lè sọ pé fake news ni. So ibẹ̀ láti máa kọ́kọ́ mú our first story jáde. Ẹ bá mi gbọ́ wọlé share button kí ẹ bá mi pín program tí à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Kẹ̀dẹ̀ má gbàgbé láti support iléeṣẹ́ yìí. Like I always say, iléeṣẹ́ ni kò ń ṣe charity organization. We are spending on a daily basis, especially we have 2 major events tó wà níwájú wa yìí. 2 major events, and we need to be prepared for it, especially from the media perspective. Mo ṣì ń bẹ̀ anyone tó bá ní mọ́tò, not for the rally but for the burial, ta lè gbé lọ sí Èkìtì. Ìyẹn àwọn team mi tó dẹ̀ máa gbé padà wá kó lè ràn wá lọ́rùn. If not, a máa ní láti lọ rent mọ́tò, especially because they are traveling with quite a few equipment that do not want them to get damaged before we get there. So mo rọ̀ wá ẹni tó bá rò pé òun ní, ẹ bá jẹ́yàn méjì náà lẹ bá pè ní, à sọ fún ipa ti get, but as at right now nobody has reached out to me. So kíyàn kan máa rò pé bóyá ṣé ò tí wà ríyàn kankan ni, nobody. Ìṣẹ́rí tàbá nígbà mi gan tàbá náà ń béèrè owó gan, ṣe lẹ́yìn ló máa pé bí a ti rówó tó pọ̀. Tàbá CNN continue to need money because wọ́n ní operation tó CNN Turkey wà, CNN Nigeria Africa wà, wọ́n ní CNN Asia, àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ tí ní Koikimedia tá ṣe ní tẹyọkan náà ní nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, and we are trying to make sure that our team are well equipped for the task so that kẹ́yìn náà lè rí wọn lò, and at least we are doing our best within Yoruba land in the last 4 years, and we are proud of ourselves, and I'm proud of my team, and they are ready to serve. Gbogbo àwọn tí ọdẹ jẹ kódà àwọn tó wà ní within Africa are returning back home for the event that is upcoming. Gbogbo wọn pátá lọ́gbọ́dọ̀ wà on the standby. So mo bẹ̀ wá, I need the motor, I need transportation to move them because event commercial in Lagos State for the service of song on the 24th, and then from there we move to Ekiti. So tabare tí Ọlọ́run bá bùkún fún reach out sí wa kẹ́ sọ bí tí mọ́tò yẹn wà, a dẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ́tò tí engine ti ní problem because mo ní experience ní 2021 èèyàn kan gbé mọ́tò kan fún wa, kódà tó bá yẹ pé mo tètè mọ̀ ni màá fẹ́ ní kọjọ pé mọ́tò yẹn kọ́ wá gbà padà, ó ti late ni. We spent so much money, we changed the whole engine and everything, it was still a disaster. and I don't have the time that this time around, especially we're very, very limited with all the event that is unfolding right now. So tabare tó ní mọ́tò the park bí a èlò for now tí a lè lò ká dẹ̀ return ẹ̀ padà fún yín as we have taken it. So ìyẹn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. So mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí Professor Akitoye pé ẹ kú ara fẹ́ra kù. Baba is a strong spirit. Like I said, I've had privilege to have met with him a few times now, and each time I've seen him physically, not on the phone now, I'm happy that he's strong in spirit and mind. Katubo ma ṣàdúrà fún bàbá yẹn because ìyàwó wọn tó kú yìí, they've been together since their university days. So kelewo, the distance of time they've spent together, and gbogbo àwọn tí à ń ṣe programming, especially our tani family, tí family ò bá fọwọ́ sí tó ń ṣe ó máa difficult gan. So ọpẹ́ ni pé ká ṣe fún pé ìyàwó bàbá wọ́n dúró pẹ̀lú bàbá dáadáa títí dọjọ́ alẹ́ wọn, wọ́n dúró pẹ̀lú ọkọ wọn. She was more like the engine, but we just have to pray for bàbá now. Kọ́lọ́run wá fún bàbá ní ẹ̀mí gígùn àtàlàáfíà torí a máa délẹ̀ lérí. Mo ní tó bá jẹ́ pé a bá kanlẹ̀kùn yẹn títí tó bá ṣe fún wa, a gbọ́dọ̀ fi pàjá torí bàbá yìí gbọ́dọ̀ gbé wa délẹ̀ lérí. Kò yan ṣáà ní àní níbẹ̀. And I've said it. Àwọn kan ní tó bá fẹ́ dìjà kó dìjà. I don't give a toss. I don't care. My mom doesn't like me talking about that. Tó bá máa dìjà kó dìjà. But the problem is, fẹ́ jẹ́ kó dìjà la ṣe ń prepare mind àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú so much of this atrocity tó ṣẹlẹ̀. So kẹ́ máa rò pé bóyá ọkàn dẹnu lórí social media ẹ sọ fún Tinubu pé kó divide Nigeria ní táwa fẹ́ nìyẹn. So let's go straight to the discussion. Like I said, nílé máa dárúkọ mo kí gbogbo wa pé ibikíbi tẹ́ bá wà because I need 1 hour láti ṣe the last part of the presentation and we end the program. So let's go back to our Boko Haram tí wọ́n rèlé. It's not the first time that the government mo kí brother mi Ọmọlúkà mo kí ẹkú ṣẹ́ta kú. 800 ex-Boko Haram fighters undergoing, tọ́ba undergoing, wọ́n train wọn fún pé madness tó wà lórí wọn yẹn, wèrè tó ń ṣe lórí wọn yẹn tó fi ń pààyàn, wọ́n fẹ́ deradicalize wọn. UK try this deradicalization rate. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn padà pààyàn sí London Bridge. Tẹ́ bá rántí, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá follow wa dáadáa lórí platform yìí. I think it's about some few years ago. Program tó fi sí program bíi deradicalization yìí ni terrorist ni bọ̀bọ́ náà. Ó padà pa èèyàn ní London Bridge. Ó jáde nínú ibi tó ti ń train wọn ló pààyàn sí London Bridge kó tó di pọ́lọ́pàá tó ṣùtò náà sílẹ̀. So ṣe rí ká máa gbọ́ tí ìjọba máa sọ fún wa pé àwọn fẹ́ dá àwọn terrorists padà sí èèyàn ọmọlúàbí, èèyàn dáadáa. It is never done anywhere in the world. Bígbà téèyàn kàn finá sí ìyọ́ṣe ní Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder, because if you're saying that you want to deradicalize terrorists, the question is, where do you start from? Kò wá ń ṣe just terrorists. Kódà in tí wọ́n fi quite down ẹni pé these are ex-Boko Haram fighters. Kọ́tẹ́lò ló fighters. A jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ti ṣe jàǹbá fún military, the same military. Kò ṣe pé Nigerian military were capable. Ó ti wà compromised ni. The Nigerian military has been compromised for a very long time, and the Nigerian military tá mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tá máa ń gbọ́ pé Nigerian military kò ń ṣe Nigerian military mọ́. We now have a full-blown Fulanis that are controlling. Tinubu tried to curb them. Ó ń gbìyànjú, ó gbé Lágbájá wọlé. Ẹ̀wọ̀n tó ṣe fún bàbá yẹn. Kolomba from Luke, Kodutan family one. So let's read further. According to the defense headquarters, 1 year is enough time to reorientate and reintegrate the ex-terrorists into a larger society. Sherry, as a journalist that I've lived in Europe and I follow terrorism to some extent, even in Europe, they don't have the capacity to orientate, reintegrate, and bring back a terrorist back to a normal society. Number one, ní Africa, tẹ́yìn wà, kò sí kankan tó ń pè ní tag. Wọ́n máa ń pè kíní kan lọ́dọ̀ tí wà ní electronic tag. The time now is 11:30. Wọ́n bí bàbá Dezani jáde, bàbá ẹ̀ tó bí àtìyá ẹ̀ wọ́n bí wọ́n dá, wọ́n bí dá kó jáde kúrò nílé ẹ̀ bí ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́. Because èmi wà ní court nígbà tí George sọ pé ìwọ Dezani táwọn wò yìí, ìwọ woman yìí, £30,000 tó fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ fún bail. Ẹ má bínú pé mo kàn divert díẹ̀, mo fẹ́ mú kọ̀ọ̀kan jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. George yẹn ní òun ò gbà. Why? Because wọ́n mọ̀ pé Dezani ní owó gidi lọ́wọ́, owó burúkú wà lọ. Ibi 30 million ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà ṣe gbà lọ́wọ́ Amẹ́ríkà tí Dezani sọ pé òun náà kọ́kọ́ ń pọ̀ lórí burúkú ọmọ àlè, bomb bastard. Dezani paid £70,000 kó tó jáde kúrò nínú court níjọ́ yẹn as a bail. Kò wá ń ṣe yẹn nìkan. George yẹn wá ní kó gba passport ẹ̀, kó dẹ̀ fún sí, wọ́n ní she's a flight risk. Òun ò kì í ṣe terrorist o, but dàmbá tó ṣe ó wọ́ọ̀tì pé ká máa sọ pé terrorist lòun náà, but kò ṣe terrorist. Wọ́n ní she's a flight risk. Kí ló ń pè ní flight risk? Ẹni tìbí bàbá kan lára àwọn criminal politician Nàìjíríà ló múra bí obìnrin ló gba intro jáde. Dọ́là incident yẹn ó ń dùn British ju pé kọ́tẹ̀ accept any chances this time around. Ìyẹn múra bí obìnrin ló fi escape kúrò nínú youth. Mo rántí orúkọ ẹ̀ mọ́. So Dezani she's a flight risk. And not only a flight risk, she has to be on electronic tag. Tó bá jáde kúrò nínú ilé ẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀, torí tag yẹn ó máa send the signal lọ sí the nearest police station. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn 800 tó máa fi sílẹ̀ tó máa fi sílẹ̀. A máa gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run máa kíkú pa wá. Èmi náà ń gbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ikú kan tó fi pààyàn làwọn ilé. Gbogbo wọn pátá kò sẹ́ni tó lè change nínú gbogbo wọn bó ṣe wà yẹn. So how Nigeria is now capable as an African country that doesn't have what it takes to monitor, to know where all these terrorists are. How do you monitor these 800 when they've returned back to the society? And this is not the first time they are bringing them back into the society. The question is, a rò pé nígbà tí Buhari wà níbẹ̀ pé òun ló mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣé Tinubu náà ló ń sign pé kó máa release àwọn people? Because sometimes people like us are confused. Pé ṣé President Tinubu ló control Nigeria àbí devil of Sokoto? Because why do you want to release Boko Haram fighters back into the society? Number one, these are not Nigerians. Monka recently, Tinubu ní kó veti the Nigerian NIMC or something like that. Only called vetted because there's about over 9,000 foreigners. Tí wọ́n ní NIM. And tó bá dẹ̀ ti ní NIM, ó lè ṣí bank account, ó lè gba Nigerian passport. These are people that are used during election. Ìyẹn wà nínú story headline ní sometime last week. So we are talking about security. Lánàá a ṣe analysis nípa Lagos State sọ fún wa pé àwọn ti wà ní red alert báyìí, but àwọn Fúlàní àtàwùsá tó jẹ́ community leaders àwọn sọ fún Lagos State government pé kó má ṣe yọnu. nígbà táwọn ní telephone number àwọn terrorists lọ́wọ́ wọn ní dẹ́kọ̀ a kàn máa divert wọn lọ sí state mi ni ṣe rí pé something is not right. Something seems to be very confusing. I don't know whether because election is coming now, bóyá Tinubu bargain pẹ̀lú wọn fún kankan ni. I don't know, because I am trying to figure out that kò ń ṣe Buhari ló wà lórí oyè nísìn. Yet a ṣì ń gbọ́ pé wọ́n release Boko Haram. Tó bá tì wọ́n mọ́lé for the next 30 years kò tí pọ̀ jù. Tó bá mọ̀ báwọn lè pa wọ́n. But releasing them back into the society is a danger for you and me, because nínú 800 yìí nísìn ta ló mọ̀ tó máa gbà as a megad. Lekki ní kò tí pé 2 weeks nísìn la ṣe story Lekki tí ìkànnà àwọn gateman ó ti compromise òun ló ṣí gate fáwọn olè tó wọlé tó ń pè ní armed robber. How many of them like that will end up closer to you? Ẹ̀yin diaspora lè sọ pé ọ̀nà òkùnkùn ní jẹ́ kárí wàhálà, but Lagos gan ti wà ní red alert báyìí, so wàhálà ti wà because Lagos gangan la máa ń fi pé ibẹ̀ láti máa ṣe 30 December. Kọ́ àyẹ̀ pé ibi ta ti ń jó ta ti ń ṣe fàájì lọ́ máa ju oògùn olóró síbẹ̀ tó máa pààyàn. Gbogbo àwọn churches ló ń ṣe big event káàkiri. Ìyá àdúrà máa ń lo TBS. Pastor Jerry ṣe parí tiẹ̀ níjọ́ Saturday. Gbogbo àwọn supermarket, àwọn big event, àwọn kẹ̀rẹ́ nítorí máa ń target ní ibi tẹ́lò bá pọ̀ sí. So it is important that we understand the risk tá wà nínú ẹ̀mí sí. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fún Tinubu pé please divide this country, because tẹ́ bá divide it, à lè kọ́kọ́ secure borders wa. The reason why Donald Trump is chasing anybody out is because only alien ni wọ́n, owó ọmọ wọn. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ wọ America yìí lọ gba visa. So let's read further. The defense headquarters on Monday, ìyẹn lánàá, àbí no, Monday náà sì ni Monday àbí? Okay, ìyẹn ni Monday. Okay. The defense headquarters on Monday, ìyẹn ní ọjọ́ kẹwàá oṣù kejì ọdún 2025, disclosed that 800 former Boko Haram fighters who surrendered to the military are currently undergoing deradicalization for the onward reintegration into the society. So they want to bring them back into the society. That means that there is fire on the mountain. The Chief of Defense Operation, Major General Emeka Onomajuru, made this known to Channel Television on the morning brief program. According to him, 1 year ọdún kan is enough to reorientate people that have killed, maimed, destroyed, and create havoc across every part of Nigeria. The ex-terrorists into the larger society. He said, though about 129,000 Boko Haram fighters have been arrested so far, only 800 former fighters were carefully selected to participate in the rehabilitation and reintegration project tagged Operation Safe Corridor. So the federal government is telling us now that àwọn ti gba 129,000 Boko Haram. Either they surrender or they pick them up or whatever. But àwọn wá yọ 800, and 1 year is enough to bring them back into the society. The General Onowajuru said, to get the numbers right now, we have about 129,000 surrendered Boko Haram members and their families. Ta ló fìdí wọn? Ẹ̀yin sọ pé bí ń pa yín, ìyà ń jẹ yín. Then the federal government is feeding 129,000 ex-Boko Haram. I don't understand. Only we are professional army, and when you are in combat and an opponent surrender, then you take him and let the legal process take its natural course. Right now, some of them are in detention facilities, some of them are in Kinji, and there is a special court that goes through all of them. Those that were found culpable face the books, and those that are going to be de-radicalized go through the process, and this takes about 1 year. Asked whether it was possible, 1B, is it possible to de-radicalize terrorists and reintegrate them back into the society within 1 year? The top military officer said it is possible. Possible. Because the de-radicalization is done by professionals. Money in United Kingdom, what try or fail, and that is a civilized society. That 1 year period is sufficient enough depending on the people that are handling the de-radicalization. So kí ló máa kọ́ wọn? Mama fún wọn ní Quran pé ó yá swear by Quran. Kí ló máa sọ fún wọn? I don't know what kind of training that they're giving them. The number taken is not huge. Ó ní kò pọ̀ jù. As I said, we have 129,000 Boko Haram members and their families. It doesn't mean that the 129,000 are going through the program. The people going through the program right now are about 800 in batches. Those 800 people that have been sieved through the entire legal process before they are now brought to the center. He also stressed that the kinetic and the non-kinetic strategies must go hand in hand for Nigeria to win the asmeric warfare against insurgency. The de-radicalization carried out by the Operation Safe Corridor is part of the non-kinetic. You cannot win an asmeric war with just a kinetic approach, he said. And that is coming from the channel's television today, Ọjọ́ Kẹwàá, Oṣù Kejì, ọdún 2025. Now, because of my time, I might not even be able to push for 2 hours because I'm pressed with time now. I just realized that I have something very important that I need to attend. Now, foreign investors withdraw 450 billion naira from the stock market in 12 months. That is a disaster. That is a disaster of its own. Let's read quickly from the information we have here. Macroeconomic volatility driving capital flight, investors' confidences drops. Expert urge policymaker to implement a stable fiscal monetary policy. Fáfànẹ́yìn tí ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo tí mò ń sọ, nǹkan sọ ni pé àwọn tó kó òwò wá, àwọn tó gbé owó wá sínú Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ń gbé owó wọn jáde nítorí pé wọ́n ò rí òtítọ́ àti confidence nínú Nàìjíríà again. The foreign investors pulled over 450 billion from the Nigeria Stock Exchange in 2024, making 93.21% increase from over 230 billion that was in 2023. So every year they are pulling out, but ọdún yìí nísìn kódà owó yẹn pọ̀ ju ti 2023 lọ. That again is coming from the news from Nigeria. So I'm going to go to the last one because like I said I'm going to have to end the program within the next 5 minutes. Sharia panel good for religious harmony in the Southwest. I don't know what you think about that, but all I can say is that Nigeria is going through a lot, and I pray that we can divide this country so that our life can be better. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and that's how far we can take it tonight. Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Oran Yolama, a very good night.